Good morning, all of you. Our next topic is the solubility of solid in a liquid. See how solubility of solid in a liquid. To discuss the solubility of solid in a liquid, we have to know about the polar and non-polar nature of each molecule. It may be solute or it may be solvent. Okay, as I discussed in the previous episode, that what is polar and what is non-polar. See, in every year 1 or 2 marks question, maximum short question comes from these topics. See, there is a one rule, like dissolve like rule. Like means here same. Here like signifies the same nature of molecule, dissolve means same nature of solvent. Now see, first topic is polar dissolves in polar and non-polar dissolves in non-polar molecule. As I am said, same type or same characterized molecule dissolve in same character solvent. Here also non-polar dissolves in non-polar molecule. Let's take an example here. Let's take an example. Sodium chloride dissolves in water because sodium chloride is polar. Because sodium positive, sodium negative is there. Water is also polar. You will know about this. But naphthalene is non-polar. Naphthalene non-polar dissolves in kerosene, not in water, because naphthalene and kerosene, this both the two molecule is or both the two compound is non-polar. Okay. Here some of the important example is there. Polar solvent is there: water, alcohol, formic acid, hydrogen, hydrofluoric acid, etc. And non-polar solvent is carbon tetrachloride, benzene, ether, hexane, etc. Now, there's 2-3 short definition is there. You have to know about this. Okay, these are not comes usually in a question, but you have to know. You have to know what it means really. A solution in which no more solute can be dissolved at the same temperature and pressure is called the saturated solution. Saturated means up to the mark. Suppose we are preparing a solution where 5 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in 10 ml of water. Okay. Further we cannot dissolve because the capacity of that 10 ml of water can dissolve 5 gram of water is completed, and that position, in that position the solution is known as saturated solutions. Okay, I think this definition you know from your previous year in class 11 also. Okay, second topic, when a solid, remember solute is added to the solvent, some solute dissolves and its concentration increases in the solution, and this process is known as dissolution. Okay, dissolution means when solid particles dissolves in solvent, which makes the concentration higher of the solution, and the process is known as dissolution. Okay. Now see how the solubility of solid in liquid depend on temperature and pressure. Okay, depend on temperature and pressure. First of all, we will see the how is depend on temperature, or what is the effect of solubility of solid in liquid of temperature. Now see, if the dissolution process, that means increasing the concentration process, or you can say dissolving the solid in solvent process, is endothermic, that means you need to give heat to the solution to dissolve the solute or the solid. The solubility should increase with rise in temperature, and if it is exothermic, that means the heat is evolved from the solution, or you can say heat is formed from the solution, the solubility should decrease with rise in temperature. Okay, here you can write delta H is not here, and delta H is less than delta H is less than 0. Here is delta H is greater than 0 because it's exothermic, it's endothermic. Now let us take an example here. Suppose you are making a solution of sodium chloride in water. You can try in home also. Okay, suppose here sodium chloride plus water, and first of all you are dissolving in room temperature. Suppose 5 gram of sodium chloride dissolves, but when you little bit heat, when you give heat, that means it is endothermic. Remember, it is endothermic because we are giving heat. Then we can clearly observe more than 5 grams. Suppose we assume that 5.5 gram sodium chloride dissolve. That means solubility increases. Okay? Clear no? I think clear. Next is the effect of pressure. Solubility of solid in a liquid does not change with pressure, as solid and liquid are highly incompressible. That means we cannot compress the liquid and solid. That's why the solubility of solid is independent of the pressure. Okay? Next, see. Next is the factor affecting the solubility of gas in the liquid. Solubility of gas in the liquid. First of all, nature of the gas and solvent. Nature of the gas, here also comes polar and non-polar nature. Okay, a gas will be soluble in that solvent which is chemically similar to it. That means it is indirectly said polar and non-polar nature. That means like dissolve like rule. Okay, you have to remember this one, like dissolve like rule. For example, solubility of O2, which is a non-polar, less soluble in water, which is a polar, whereas ammonia is a polar, is more soluble in water. Water is a polar because O2 is non-polar and ammonia and water is polar. I already said. Okay. Next thing, effect of temperature. Effect of temperature. How temperature affect the solubility of gas in liquid. Now let's take an example. Why do gases always tends to be less soluble in liquid as the temperature is raised? See, since dissolution process of gas in a particular liquid is exothermic, that means the solution produced heat. Okay, gas plus solvent goes to solution plus heat. See, it is exothermic. That's why according to Le Chatelier's principle, whenever heat is increasing, that means temperature also increasing, the reaction will move towards backward direction. If reaction is moved to backward direction, that means from right to left, that means solution is transferring to gas and solvent. That means solubility decreases. That's why solubility decreases. Clear now? Next. See. Next is the effect of pressure. That means Henry's law. One of the most important laws is Henry's law. Effect of pressure. How the pressure affects on the solubility of gas in liquid. The Henry's law states that mass of a gas dissolved in a particular liquid, that means mass of gas is m, liquids is directly proportional to the partial pressure of a gas present over the solution. The partial pressure means the pressure which is exerted by the particular molecule. Okay, what it states, mass of a given solid particle of m is directly proportional to the partial pressure P. Okay, see, m proportional to P. M is the mass of the gas dissolved and P the partial pressure. M equal to Kp. K is the proportionality constant. K is the proportionality constant. Okay, sorry, here should be Kh. Okay, Kh, that means make it correct in your notes. Okay, Kh, that means Henry's constant. Henry's constant. Okay. Next. Now if the concentration of the gas is expressing in the sense of mole fraction, that means in mole fraction, the Henry's law states that the partial pressure of gas in vapor phase P is proportional to the mole fraction of gas xi in the solution and is expressed as P equal to Kh xi. Kh is the Henry's law constant. Okay. Since it is P is directly proportional to X, that's why the graph between the mole fraction and the partial pressure is thus linearly goes up from the origin. Okay. Now, see, at a given pressure, higher the value of Kh, the lower is the solubility. Higher the value of Kh, lower is the solubility. If for a particular element or particular molecule the Kh value is higher, then the solubility will low. If Kh is low, then solubility will high. Okay. Next, very important concept is this. So, the Kh value of nitrogen molecule and oxygen molecule increase with increase in temperature, indicating that solubility of gas increasing with decrease in temperature. How? Kh value is increasing with increase in temperature. That means what? Kh value is increasing. Then solubility obviously decrease. Solubility, the gas increases with decrease in temperature. In other sense, if the temperature is decreasing, the solubility will increase. Due to this reason, aquatic species, that means aquatic species are more comfort in the cold water rather than warm water. That means in cold water the solubility of nitrogen and oxygen is more. That's why we can see the fish or aquatic organisms are feels better to stay in the deeper region of water. Okay, because where temperature is low and the solubility of oxygen nitrogen is high, so that they can survive easily or they can take oxygen easily. Okay, here is the one example of their mole fraction of hydrochloric acid in the solution of cyclohexane and the partial pressure it will goes this like this. Okay, now what is the significance of Kh? You can say what is the importance of Kh? Henry's law constant is a constant at constant temperature. That means it is fixed at temperature. If you change the temperature, then Henry's law will change. On increasing the temperature, the value of Kh increasing. Okay, P equal to Kh, P by X equal to Kh. Now with increasing temperature, Kh also increase, but X, that means xi will decrease. That means solubility of gas in solvent will decrease. Okay. Next is the Henry's law. Limitation of Henry's law. First limitation is that the gas should be ideal in nature. The gas should be ideal in nature. That means the Henry's law is applicable only for low pressure and high temperature. Low pressure and high temperature. Then what is ideal behavior and what is non-ideal behavior, we will discuss in the next topic. Okay. The second limitation is the gas does not undergo compound formation with solvent molecule. That is, neither association or dissociation takes place. Now when ammonia reacts with water, it forms ammonium hydroxide, which is an unstable molecule and dissociate into two parts, ammonium ion and hydroxyl ion, ammonium positive and OH negative. Okay. Now what is the application of Henry's law? One of the most important application is the first one, to increase the solubility of carbon dioxide in soft drink, that means in cold drinks, and soda water, the bottle is sealed under high pressure. Okay, this is the main reason why our bottle or the container of soft drinks is tightly packed or tightly sealed. Okay, because to dissolve the carbon dioxide into the solution, that means the soft drink. Next, number B is the in deep sea diving, that means scuba diver which dives in the deeper sea, they usually suffer or they can suffer a band known as Band's disease. Now what is band disease? See, increased pressure increases the solubility of atmospheric gases in blood. We will know when the divers comes towards surface, the pressure decreases, which results the formation of nitrogen bubbles in blood, which is known as Band's disease. To avoid this, that means to avoid the nitrogen bubbles formation in their blood, scuba divers use 11.7% helium, nitrogen is 56.2% and 32.1% oxygen in their cylinder. Okay, which are they carrying in the diving. Next, at high altitude, that means in high hilly area, okay, very hilly area or in mountains, at high altitude the partial pressure of O2 is less than the ground level, which leads the low concentration of O2 in blood. As a result, the climber which is climbing to a uphill place becomes weak and unable to think clearly. Called the condition is anoxia. That's why in hilly place, no, we are face some difficulties to take the oxygen because the concentration of oxygen in that area becomes low, as well as in our blood, and our brain or our lungs disturb to work properly, and we may suffer a disease which is known as anoxia. Okay, the rest of the topics I will discuss in the next episode. Okay, thank you, have a good day ahead. Thank you.